Yo, what is up, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to the Suit Up Geek Fix podcast today. Well, first of all, happy Merry Christmas Eve, everybody here. It is Thursday, the day before Christmas Eve, and we just got done, pretty much breaking down the Hawkeye finale. And to celebrate Hawkeye, we are now doing today a character ranking. And to help me do that, he is Ryan. Follow him on Twitter at Just Ryan again. What's good, Ryan?
Yo, what's going on, man? Oh my God, bro. Almost Christmas. It's almost Christmas Eve. It's Christmas double Eve. I mean, holy shit, bro. And we're here talking about Hawkeye and all its, I think, individually great characters.
Yep. Yeah, so let's first of all, guys, if you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button, hit the like button if you love the MCU, you love Hawkeye, if you love Kingpin, you love Yelena. I certainly do. But let's get started, man. What we're going to do here is start from the top and go to the bottom. We have not ranked these yet. And if you're watching us live, please be sure to comment your rankings and where you would put each one of these characters. I'll throw it right to you, Ryan. Is there an S ranking character among the Hawkeye characters?
Yeah, you guys got to know that it's Pizza the dog, the S tier character. Pizza the dog has got to be S tier, man. I mean, he's cute, he's adorable, and he's named Pizza. And he's the new sidekick. He's the third sidekick to the Hawkeyes, and he's fucking awesome. He's just a good boy.
I'll agree with that 100%. I'm good with that. Like you saw during this entire series, Kate Bishop, wanting to get Clint's approval. That was basically her. Like Clint was the father figure for Kate in this series, and I think Pizza had the in from the jump with Clint.
Yeah.
Clint was all over that dog from the beginning of this show. I'm good. S tier for me.
S tier, straight S.
No question. Oh, we've got Manda in the house. Yelena at an S 100%.
No.
Yes, Lucky is definitely S tier. I am going Yelena Belova. I think this is just an elite character for the MCU. And when you look at not just this show, she was only in two episodes, but when you look at big picture wise, she is a star in the making. Everything, from a creative process should include Florence Pugh moving forward because she is a star. I think her and Kate Bishop's banter in this series was terrific, way better than her and Clint. I think she is just top to bottom. Her dialogue, some of the moments, my favorite moments in this show, and I'm going to be dropping a top 10 moments video tomorrow. But you will see in my rankings, Yelena crushed this show, and she dominated these rankings. So for me, S tier all the way. What about you, Ryan?
Honestly, I agree with Yelena. Her and Kate's chemistry within this show was fantastic, and I think I said this in their review yesterday. You can definitely just see they're starting to like steamroll that process. They're going to be like the next best friends in the MCU, and you can just see within the 2 episodes alone. And yeah, Yelena and my baby girl Florence Pugh, she deserves that S tier. She deserves it.
Stop making me like you. I'm sorry, I can't help it. It was so good.
She carries around Tabasco now. Like,
She loves her mac and cheese.
Yeah. Dude, mac and cheese with hot sauce is so good.
It's so good. All right. Any further S tiers before we go on to A for you, man?
I got one more just because I love this character so much. And I was literally just reading an article about this character saying that when they picked him up from Daredevil, that they wanted him to stay that same Wilson Fisk, the mean, the gritty, and the disgusting. Yes, he was only really in. By the way, he was also the hand that they showed in the flashback in episode 3. So that was technically him in that episode.
Okay.
Too. Yeah, so we saw him in like 3 episodes, but like that the finale, he just stole the show. Like he's fantastic. I love Vincent D'Onofrio as this character, and the fact that they got him back to play the same villainous, really gritty character. I love it, and he's only like darker in this. Like I feel like his performance in this is darker than anything he's given in Daredevil. I'll say that right now. Like I said, from the tone of his voice, the comic accurate suit he's got going on, and he does look like a little bit bigger. I think they made him a little bit bigger to be more menacing, and he's obviously got some type of powers now compared to the Hawkeye, not Hawkeye series, the Daredevil series. So man, yeah, I'm just so excited that he's in this, and he absolutely killed it in the season finale.
Yeah, I think it was a little rushed, a little bit there in the
Oh,
finale.
agreed.
You can't not deny his presence. He owned every single scene he was in the show, and it was only one episode. But you look at Daredevil, the fact that what they're building towards a Spider-Man Daredevil team up to take down Kingpin. The idea of Kingpin just pummeling Spider-Man 1,000 times could happen on the big screen or small screen or whatever. That potential deserves an S tier. So that was really for me the other than Yelena, it was the Kingpin reveal here that got me invested in watching this show, because I thought it was a average show, but overall there were some really strong pieces, and Yelena and Kingpin were definitely the two takeaways there. I'm good with the S tier. Any other S tiers, man?
I'm I'm thinking about Kate right now. I'll be honest, because I don't know if I want to put her in S or A, and maybe you can help figure this out with me, because there's so much I like about it. But then you look at the characters we did put in S tier, other than Happy the dog, because Happy is obviously the best character, and nothing can surpass him. But like you look at Yelena and Wilson Fisk, and like I get that off-screen presence from Haley Steinfeld, but I don't feel it as much as I felt these other two characters. And I feel like I might need to see that a little bit more,
Yeah.
and maybe a little bit less of her and Clint, to see how she really works with more of the characters in the MCU, because I really loved her chemistry with Florence Pugh and Jeremy Renner. But that's only two characters out
Yeah.
of this bigger, broader world. So I'm gonna say no on the S tier for Kate Bishop. I don't know about you.
I fully agree. I would put her at an A just for
I
me
agree.
personally. I'm going to move her here.
Yeah,
Um,
let's move
just
Kate to A.
just for the simple fact that she's going to be a secondary character moving forward. Like her dynamic, we know her and Yelena are going to become best friends. We know that she's going to be leading the Young Avengers in the near future. But we also know that every time she's sharing the screen, at least for me, I'm just speaking for myself. Anytime she shares the screen with Yelena, and it's going to be a lot moving forward, she's going to be the secondary character. Like Yelena is just oozes screen presence. She doesn't have that. And not to say that Haley Steinfeld's not great. I think she's terrific. I do think there are some writing problems with this show. And I do think there's an area for her to make a big leap in terms of growth. And we had her kind of get her credibility when she, held her own somewhat against Kingpin, even though she got thrown around like a freaking rag doll and somehow got up every single time.
It was the trick arrows that saved her.
I guess.
They crashed her fall. They crashed her fall, obviously.
She's, I guess. So an A tier is good. I think with a little more care, I'm excited to see her take that next step to the S tier. But for me, it's an A.
Definitely agree. Definitely agree. So I think I'm gonna do this. Might be the only really controversial pick for a character. I guess you can say going to A tier, but I would say Clint Barton Hawkeye as an A tier character within this show. I think that they really expanded on his psychology and how he really works as a character. And I know a lot of people kind of felt awkward about the Ronin persona within Endgame, because you never really got too much of that. But I'm glad that's kind of the driving force of this show, and him literally trying to burn and bury that old version of him, but it still comes back to him, even though half the people don't even know who he really was in the universe. And I think they really did get deep down on that family dynamic that I was wishing we saw a little bit more after Avengers Endgame. It took us a little bit longer to get there than I'd hoped, 6 years. But yeah, I think Clint's good in this show. I really liked where they brought the character. And you know what? I was kind of tired of them killing off some of the older characters, and I'm glad they're kind of making him into that older mentor role where he's not going to participate in the action as much, but he's going to be that second. He's going to turn into the secondary character, sort of like what we're seeing with Bruce Banner and the Hulk in the She-Hulk series, and going forward with the Abomination. I'm kind of glad that he's getting that happy ending that they've kind of been setting up in Avengers Age of Ultron. And I really like the whole family dynamic within the beginning of the show and see how different he is as a family man and then the shield side of him. And I thought it was a really good mix of it in the show and brought new lights to the character that I think they kind of needed because he's been a iffy character, I feel like, for me and a lot of people going forward or since 2011 back in Thor. But I think he's an A character. What about you, Deebs?
I'm a B. I agree with everything you just said there. For me, like he definitely had a side role compared to Haley Steinfeld's Kate Bishop. I mean that was like the major takeaway heading into this show.
Yeah,
Literally, just 3 episodes in, it was all about Kate. Clint definitely took a back step here, and rightfully so. This is kind of what this show was all about. You saw at the end, like this is all about passing the torch or the bow, pun intended, to Kate's character. So I put him at a B. There were some episodes that he barely had any screen time. I wasn't really sold, and I think it has to do with the writing. What's his name? Jeremy Renner's performance wasn't that great to me until the last couple episodes where it was much better. But for me, it's a B. I actually was really excited to actually deep dive more into Ronin, and we really didn't get that much besides a couple of dialogue scenes. So
yeah.
I definitely think Clint took a step down, and Kate took like 3 steps up. So I will go a B. So should we put him at like a B?
Let's put it in between B and A. Yeah, like right there.
Cool.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
I have no more A's.
I don't have any A characters. I'm trying to think if I even have. Yeah, I got 3 B characters.
Yeah, let's start off with B. I'm going to put my man Jack
Yeah.
right up here in B as my first B character. This was a character that really grew on me and really sealed the deal for me in that finale. I thought he was in cahoots with Eleanor Bishop pretty much the entire series. I like how they played that really well. That was one of the true shocks of this series. But what's his name? Jack, played by Tom something.
I don't even know the actor, to be honest. I've never seen this actor.
Tony Dalton. Tony Dalton is his character.
God.
Just
I do
terrific.
know Tony Dalton. Fuck, I didn't know that was him.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Tony Dalton, and he has just an amazing screen presence about him. I hope this isn't the end of Tony Dalton's in the MCU. I doubt it will be. He's the swordsman, but he's just terrific. Do you agree with that? And any other B's?
No, I absolutely agree with Jack. I think he's the character you love to hate. Like he's so charismatic with all of his delivery. But then I think them making him a red herring kind of brought it down at the end because now he doesn't seem very special in any capacity other than he's a good swordsman and he's a very classy, charismatic dude. That was the only real thing. Honestly, he might have been an A if they really stuck him being one of the villains, in my opinion.
True.
Because he can obviously play that menacing role, but being very charismatic at the same time. Kind of like that Joker-esque kind of thing where it's happy and then really dark at the same time. And you know what? I think the red herring did put a sour taste in my mouth, and that's why I agree he does deserve the B spot.
All right. I agree. All right.
So
Jack is there at B. Any other B's?
Yeah, I got 2 more B's, but also at the same time, I'm going back and forth about whether I want to put him at B or C. I'll just start with the Echo character because I feel like that's obviously the most controversial one. I got yelled at yesterday about my thoughts on Echo, so might as well keep the train rolling. Yeah, I think Echo. She's a cool character. I like that they grabbed a disabled and just a disabled actor, someone who is deaf and someone who is an amputee, and they really did something cool and unique with this character, but they never really fully explained who this character was. And I kind of was expecting that, but not really, because they do have the spin-off show. But yeah, if you're a comic book reader, if you do a simple search on Google, you can easily find out what her abilities are. But that's not what a show is for. I'm not supposed to do research. If you want to do research, by all means, do the research if you're really interested. But a show should tell you or hint to you, like, what makes her so special, other than fighting really well. Because I know she's like Taskmaster. She can memorize moves. She can listen to sound waves like the way kind of I think Daredevil does. I don't think in the same way in the eyes, but she does hear like sound vibrations and shit. But yeah, I just think that they could have done a little bit more with the character, and I think she deserves the B spot. I'm very curious to see where they bring her within the Echo series.
We have a comment saying this Kingpin is not an S rank. I'm telling you right now, like if Kingpin wasn't in this show, if they did not hint towards it, I don't know if I would have finished it, to be honest. I don't know if I would have gotten through. That like
You
that.
know what? I feel like that's the thing for a lot of these shows at this point, is they're always hinting at something bigger towards the universe at this point, that they kind of shadow the show at the end of the day. Do you think that that's a good
Yeah.
thing to bring up, actually?
Yeah. I mean, you look at Falcon and the Winter Soldier, that was entirely set up
Oh my!
for everything moving forward. You
I
look at
felt more satisfied after watching this show than I did Falcon and the
I
Winter
agree.
Soldier.
I agree.
Man,
This came together way more than
yeah,
Falcon and the Winter Soldier for sure. But I'm telling you right now, like if they didn't reveal that like hand on Maya's little Maya,
cheek on her
what was that
cheek.
episode 3? I
Or,
think
yeah, it was episode 3 because she got introduced at the end of episode 2.
because I could have easily seen myself falling off and really not generally just. I'm not saying this show was bad by any means, but I'm just
No,
saying it was okay. So
weird
Kingpin for me
choices.
deserves an S because he got me through this show. Just to see him, I am a huge Daredevil and Spider-Man fan. That's enough for me for an S tier. That's enough.
And I
Um,
think it also helps that we have known this. I mean, I think it's kind of obvious at this point that this is the same Kingpin, just in between season 3 and this show. He got a bit of a boost somehow. That's what I think, like I said in our review yesterday. But I think that also helps because I feel like if this was a completely new Kingpin by a completely different actor, we'd feel differently about him.
totally.
You know what I mean? But I think it does help that we do know who this character is and we do know what he's capable of. That really does help push him to that S tier, because I do agree in some way about that response, but it's about who's playing it and how they're playing it that really determined it, I feel like, for us.
Now to Maya,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put her at a C. She's a C for me. Other than her origin, there was nothing memorable about what she did. Pretty much every single action sequence she was in, she kind of like just bailed.
Yeah.
Um, Other than that fight with Clint, that was really cool. Although it was neat to see her kind of like show that she can go toe to toe with Clint Barton. That's it. Like that was really kind of the lasting take. And to be honest, less is more sometimes, and I feel like her story just muddied everything else. When I just wanted to see Clint and Kate on the screen, I just wanted to see, you know, Kate and Yelena on screen. This she was all she was connective tissue to get Kingpin to the MCU, and that I guess for what it's worth, she gets a C tier. But I'm actually more toward not a BC. I'm more of a CD for Echo.
Yeah, it's weird because I really feel like this character, they're like, how do we? If you say CD, I say we just drop her down to a C, meet in the middle. Then,
Okay,
yeah,
sounds good.
yeah. I I hate that they use this character in this show to introduce Kingpin rather than introducing her first, even though her own show's coming out. Like
Makes no sense.
it's just a weird choice to make on their side in my eye. But
Yeah,
do you
for
think
sure.
there's any more B's?
Um,
I would say Eleanor is a BC.
I agree with that. I was probably a B for like majority of the season, but I don't like the way her character just kind of like ended.
Yeah.
Eleanor Bishop is that BC character for sure, where
I
I
put her in the
thought she
middle.
was okay. Okay.
Yeah, I put her in the middle because honestly, I don't think she's as high as a B, but I don't think she's as low as a C. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Because like you said, I think they did a lot of good build up with her, especially by the end of episode 5 when they do the Kingpin reveal with her. And like me and you even said on that review episode, like me and you were expecting much bigger things when it came to their partnership, and they kind of didn't go anywhere. And I think that's really what brings it down. But I don't feel like it brings it down that much, where it brings it down a whole entire level.
Yeah. So I one of my like least favorite tropes in any kind of film or TV show is that like good guy, bad guy. I'm a good guy and I'm a bad guy. I'm a bad guy and I'm a good guy. Like I would have been like she would have been B status for me if we knew that she was working for Contessa. Like she was like, I am working for Kingpin. I'm a badass. I would have much preferred her. Vera Farmiga is a terrific actress.
Yeah.
And that for me, I would have been way more excited to see her be like, sorry, Kate. Like, like that would have put Kate in a really difficult spot, even more so. And I didn't buy the whole like someone's got to be responsible, someone's got to make the hard decisions. That did nothing for me. So yeah, she would have been a solid B. But the way the finale wrapped up for her character, it was very meh.
And
So
that's the unfortunate part because I think her and Jack suffered the same fate when it comes to the writing. They both have really good buildups in their own respective rights, but then the finale kind of fumbles it by making one a red herring and one kind of really not so evil as much as we thought, when it just lead it all up to Kingpin, when they should have just made Kingpin the real villain and not like the sweatsuit gang.
yeah,
But
yeah.
then that's me.
All right. I got another BC, and that is Laura Barton. I think Laura Barton could be argued in this BC range. It was revealed that she was Mockingbird. But beyond her like amazing chemistry with Clint, Jeremy Renner, like
Oh,
I
is
love.
that how they retconned Agents of Shield?
Yeah. So
I
she is
couldn't figure
officially
that
Mockingbird.
out. Okay, I'm just like, why is everyone saying they retconned Agents of Shield?
Yeah.
I thought she was just a regular agent of Shield by that. I
Yeah.
didn't
No,
realize it was the Mockingbird persona.
she's a legit agent. So they added to her backstory beyond the amazing chemistry she has with Jeremy Renner. I love that relationship is so natural to me. Every time they're on the screen, talking on the phone, even just a conversation, I buy into that for some reason. I don't know if it's her acting or what is going on, but her character definitely took a step up. I don't know what that means for the MCU moving forward. Probably not a lot. But I put her in that
Yeah.
DC range for me.
I would say C, and
Okay.
then just put her in the middle. Um, I, I like what they're doing with her, but they're just doing it so fucking slow. Like, bro, you introduced her 6 years ago, and you're just telling us she's an agent by giving her a fucking watch.
It was
Like,
convenient. Yeah.
what? Come on, you guys couldn't have like hit the pedal a little bit faster. But I agree with everything you said. It's just the fact that it took us 6 years to get here. It seems weird. And also, I did want to mention this. It's weird that he didn't bring up the fact that he named his son after Nat in the final fight
I
too.
know,
You
right?
think that'd be like, you think that'd be a pretty big indicator that she meant that much to you and you wouldn't kill her. You know what I mean? Like the whole thought of it, but that's just me, and I'm not Clint Barton, not thinking of
Yeah.
the situation. But
Yeah.
yeah, I agree
He
with everything
literally
you said.
names his son Nathaniel after Natasha, and it never comes up to
Yeah,
Yelena.
right.
Like, what are we doing here? Come on, writers. Like, what is going
So
on?
many. Well, I think that's what this show has, is a lot of missed opportunities
Yeah.
with Jack, with Eleanor, with Mockingbird. Now, like Echo, like all these false leads just to get to Kingpin. When honestly, bro, you guys should have just done the two introductory episodes for Clint and Kate, and then instead of Echo at the end of the second episode, it's fucking Kingpin with putting his hand on Maya's cheek. You know what I mean? And then Maya is like the second right hand woman to Kingpin, and then she spins off into her own show, and then that's how they explain her powers.
Yeah.
But no, they make the show frustrates me like that in that aspect. I'm sorry.
Even to have that like planes, trains, and automobiles moment at the end where they're like carrying like the same suitcase
Yeah.
or luggage together and they're walking home to the Bartons and they have like some like amazing Christmas dinner and like that there's so much wasted potential. Anyway, let's keep going.
Yeah.
We talked about that yesterday. Any other C's for you or B? No, we're on B. Any other B's?
Honestly, I'm just gonna say the rest is E and F for me. There's
All
one E and two Fs.
right, so no, I agree. I don't have a C here. Yeah, I don't know if I have a D here either. Let's start at E.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put Maya's brother at E.
All right, Qazi.
Yeah, Qazi.
All right, I I,
Uh,
I didn't
yeah.
buy his character at all, and then in the finale, like he literally catches an arrow. It was like a what? Like, and then
No,
the
he
one
didn't
part,
catch it. He dodged it.
I thought he caught it.
No, he dodged it.
Well, anyway, like the fact that like he's like, oh, I've been looking forward to this, and he tries to take on Clint Barton. Like, what are we doing here, man? Like, come on, just sit down. Just sit down. This guy was just not interesting. I didn't buy it, and he died at the end from Maya. I felt like the show tried to make that such an emotional moment, and it was not at all.
Disappointing. Yeah, just a disappointing character. Like I said, a bunch of characters I go nowhere in favor of Kingpin. And regardless of how much I love Kingpin, it suffers every other character. And this is one of the characters it suffers for the most, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I'll put the LARPers at E.
Bro, I'm putting both the LARPers and the Broadway production at F.
Right,
I can't stand either one of them.
I'm in. You convinced me.
Yeah, like
LARPers tried to be so funny, and none of it clicked for me. None.
No, it was so cringe. I'm sorry. Like I get the Broadway was supposed to be cringe, but I'm more mad at the Broadway fact that they let that go on Broadway with such shitty production and costume design. But that's just me. Maybe it's because it's a film production version. Who knows? Maybe we'll see that in the Oscars.
Yeah, it was really bad. I lost your audio, man. The LARPers, they tried to have that comedic element with Clint going back with the nerds. It did not work for me at all. I did not buy it. Other than Grills was kind of a cool character. But other than that, that's it. Like they got the costume. That was like the purpose of the LARPers to get the costume, which is fine. But
they gave them too much screen time for what they were just trying to do with their characters and getting them the costumes.
Yeah, and then
I like the costumes too, but the lighting didn't help them. The lighting did not help. So I just want to say that. Sorry, Deebs.
Yeah, and then the Broadway show was awful. I literally saw the No Way Home last night. Sorry, I shouldn't do spoilers. I will. I can't. No, I won't.
I have a rule just like after the first weekend, and it's already wait, what day is it? It's Thursday. I was about to say Wednesday. I think it's safe for spoilers. It's already been a week. It's made $800 million fucking dollars. Right. People can't tell me.
Spider-Man No Way Home spoilers. Spider-Man No Way Home spoilers. Spider-Man No Way Home spoilers. Mute this right now.
Yeah, whatever.
The very last sequence of No Way Home, you have Tom Holland's character, Peter Parker, dressing up in the sexy classic Spider-Man suit, running through New York. What do you see? Rockefeller Center with the giant Christmas tree. You talk about wasted potential there. How great would it have been?
That's the problem. I don't even think it was wasted potential. I think it was Sony, just due to their agreement, because that's why you don't see any live action Spider-Man stuff on Disney Plus, is because Marvel can't put Spider-Man on Disney Plus unless he's in animated form.
Dude,
it's so stupid. I know.
Clint is literally hanging on the giant tree.
I know.
How great would it have been? He just like a 2-second clip where Clint looks over and goes, "Oh, hi, Spidey." You know what I mean? That's all. That would have been such a terrific nod to Spider-Man. Just the connective tissue to everything going on. Just Clint going, "Oh, look, it's Spider-Man." Like, that would have been so cool. Cool. They watched it. That last post-credit scene was cringe, and I know for a fact that like Disney or Kevin Feige or something is hoping they get some sort of positive response, and they got like 4 songs waiting. waiting to go, waiting to get greenlit for this show, and I hope it doesn't happen. I'm just angry that this was the post-credit scene. It just kind of wrapped a bow on an average series for me.
Oh no, you figured that the New York City in the Marvel Cinematic Universe would look at the original Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark musical and would have just said, no, superheroes are not going to work on Broadway.
Yeah, totally.
I thought they would have been smart enough, but they clearly were not. Those motherfuckers. Oh my God. Please never see that show. But dude, oh my God. I'm impressed with how many people we put at the top, to be honest.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's definitely some strong characters for sure. But again, the writing, some of the creative decision making just did not fit for me. Like even I forgot the Tracksuit Gang. I probably should have had the Tracksuit Gang. They would have been an F for me as well. Other than the what band did the Tracksuit Gang? Who was the guy that took his wife to see Maroon 5?
Maroon 5, yeah. Like me and my girlfriend went to go see Maroon 5. Thanks a lot.
Other than that, the Tracksuit Gang would have been an F for me too. So they were just not menacing. I know they're not supposed to be. But that was kind of also part of my issue with this show. Other than Kingpin, the last episode, there were no emotional stakes whatsoever in the show. It was just kind of a fun, go-lucky, light show. Which
I think that's why I like it too, is because like you see Spider-Man No Way Home, you see Avengers Endgame, Wanda, like all these big defying events. Like it's nice to just like focus on a New York City level threat.
Yeah,
that's what I wish.
MJ says, you know, it'd been great. Kingpin revealed as a Skrull. I'm in.
No, that would have. No, I would have cried in my dreams if that. If that
would upset a lot of people for sure.
I'd be one of those people. I don't know how I feel about the Skrulls, but I'm kind of excited for Secret Invasion. But that's just me.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap it up, man. Any final thoughts on these rankings, and what do you got going on?
No, I actually really agree with our ranking, even though like we kind of deferred on a few things. I think overall I like where everyone is. I think it's all deserving for where these characters have gone throughout the show and where they came from the past. But yeah, you guys can always follow me at Just Ryan again, and you guys can always like check me on the Suit Up Geeks. Always here, baby. I'm always here. That's what I gotta say. I'm always here.
Check us out on Twitter at the Suit Up Geeks. We'll be posting this picture to see if you agree or disagree with our character rankings. No Wheel of Time review coming the next 2 days because of Christmas Eve and Christmas. Me and Christian have a lot going on, but that show will be Monday night. So we'll be reviewing the finale of that show, and I am excited for tomorrow. I'm really excited to watch that. And then we've got what else do we got? We got Book of Boba Fett reviews coming. We've got Cobra Kai reviews coming. I think we should do a versus series.
You also have a Hawkeye video tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'll be dropping my top 10 Hawkeye top 10 moments of the Hawkeye show. That is ready to go. That'll be dropping tomorrow. But that's pretty much it. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, guys. If you're new to the channel, hit the like button as well. If you love Kingpin, Yelena, and my dog right there, just adorable in that Christmas that Santa has. So cute. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. For Ryan, for myself, stay awesome, everyone.
Bye, guys.